If you're with kids watching this today, hey kids, just like when we watch movies and there are certain scenes, close your eyes. Mommy, daddy, tell your kids. This is for adults only. Go for it, Rob. Look at this. Look at this. To 1 billion plus people, what are they representing? The Last Supper. Who are they making fun of? Christians. They didn't make fun of Muslims in this scene.
They don't dare.
They don't make fun of anybody else. It's strictly to Christians.
You know what? We're living in the end of times. The attack is against Jesus Christ because Satan is behind all of this. Satan will not attack Muhammad because he won him long time ago. Satan will not go after Buddha because he won him long ago. Satan will not go after Krishna because he won him and the 300 million gods long ago. Satan was overcome by one and was crushed on Calvary. His name is Jesus. That's why he will attack Jesus.
Yeah, let it play. Right there. The guy on the black next to the kid to the left,
Right
he's
there.
got these things that are called testicles that are hanging out.
Oh.
Just so you know, okay? Right there. Boom. Right there, okay?
Hey.
So, by the way, this is called the Olympics.
Who do you attack? You try to attack the truth. You try to attack strength. So it doesn't surprise me that Christians, Catholics, Protestants, Mormons, you know, that whole lane that line up as Christian faiths get attacked. And you know what this is? This is indoctrination. This is absolute indoctrination.
Vinny, how do you feel about it?
Archbishop Carlo Maria Vagano, PBD, he commented on this in a letter. Do you have the letter that I sent you, Rob? That's it right there, PBD. I don't want to get into the whole thing. Do you want me to read this thing?
Just give me the.
Okay, so
what's he talking
he's
about?
going after how horrible it is and disgusting and vile. But the one thing that stuck out for me, he says, Lord and God, it is no coincidence that one is sponsoring this revolting carnival is an emissary of the World Economic Forum, Emmanuel Macron, who passes off a transvestite as his own wife with impunity.
Who's this?
This is Archbishop who, Rob? Vagano?
Carlo M. Vagano.
Carlo M. Vagano. Are you ready? This is no joke. I thought it was a joke.
Who is he, though? I want to know who this guy is. Is he just a regular person saying this?
He's a Dominica. No, he's an archbishop that was excommunicated because of his views of being anti all this woke stuff. So he says it's the World Emmanuel Macron, who passes off a transvestite as his own wife with impunity, just as Barack Obama is accompanied by a muscular man in a wig. It is the reign of mystification, a falsehood, a fiction erected as a totem, which man is disfigured precisely because he was created in the image and likeness of God. I think Genesis 19, Lot, when the angels came to visit Lot. Do you remember that?
Yep.
And it was the town, Pat, was just in, they were, you know, wickedness and sodomy and sex. God sent 2 angels to go to Lot's house, and they're like, hey, we want to go see the city. And Lot was like, no, don't go there, stay with me. And that day, all these guys came, and they're like, we want to have sex. They were just debauchery. And that's when God was like, Sodom and Gomorrah, burn the whole place down. And they 4 years ago, they discovered that place is actually real. It's disgusting.
To be viewing this at the opening ceremony, something they've tried to scrub from the internet. They want to pull it all down. And by the way, they say it's for copyright. But team, if you could bring up that screenshot, which shows that the video was removed by the owner. They removed their own video. They removed their own video. It's not copyright that they've removed it for. It's because of the backlash, because people are disgusted in what they're seeing. And, you know, I'm going to apologize to you all that you've got this on your screens, but it's important that you see it. Yeah, Olympics opening ceremony highlights. Olympics. This video is not available. Well, it's not a copyright issue when it's your own video, you maniacs. They've removed it because of the backlash. And yes, of course, they're saying now, we didn't mean to offend anyone, and it wasn't. We weren't intending on mocking the Last Supper. We weren't intending on waving Satan in your face and seeing how far we can push this lunacy. We weren't intending to let the world know that we hate Jesus and we love Satan, and see whether they're all willing to accept that yet or not. Well, guess what? They weren't. They weren't willing to accept it. Yes, the golden calf, of course, the symbolism there of the idolatry. I really want to know how these elite athletes that train their whole lives feel coming to perform after this utter garbage. Utter garbage. That's enough, guys. You don't have to keep playing it. People know how disgusting this was. It's making me sick.
If you don't think symbolism is real, look at what just took place during the opening ceremonies for the Olympics. Here we saw a hidden cloaked figure riding on a horse. Behind him, what would seem totally abnormal is a pair of wings. What do we know about Lucifer and his fall? Well, he was a fallen angel, and 1/3 of the angels rebelled and fell with him. Revelation 6 mentions the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. One references to a white horse as well as a pale horse. So I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and the name of him who sat on it was Death, and Hades followed with him. In Revelation 6, we're told of the beast that rides the white horse. In Revelation 13:3, it tells us, and all the world marveled and followed the beast. And what do we see here? That same cloaked figure riding a white horse. What's behind him? All the nations of the world following after him. This stuff isn't a coincidence. The imagery suggests that it's pointing exactly to the beast or the Antichrist of the book of Revelation. Some call it a coincidence, some call it swift justice. Right after we saw one of the most demonic open ceremonies for the Olympics of all time, with the mocking of the Last Supper with the transgenders at the catwalk, and the clear symbology of the Antichrist riding the white horse. Well, not even 24 hours after those events, what do we see happening in Paris, France? Reports of power outages hit Paris amid 2024 Olympic Games. Articles as well as personal videos are coming out of power outages sweeping across Paris. Some people will say this is just a coincidence, but I refer back to Galatians 6:7. Do not be deceived, God is not mocked. For whatever a man sows, that he will also
worse. Immediately after billions of people chose to laugh at Jesus Christ at the Olympics, some pretty insane things have been happening in Paris. New information has just emerged about how an Olympic surfer was told to remove his picture of Jesus from his board, or else he'd be disqualified from the competition. There is more to the story, but first, did you see the footage of the total blackout of the city of Paris the night after the opening ceremony? You tell me, is this a coincidence? Because one thing no one can deny, and it's this: Christians will not be silent. Thousands of believers arrived on the streets of Paris on Sunday, praising the name of Jesus Christ. And I am going to make a strong statement now. I believe millions are currently boycotting the Olympics, and I want to know. Millions are currently boycotting the Olympics. Millions are currently boycotting the Olympics. Millions are currently boycotting the Olympics. Millions are currently boycotting the Olympics.
Do not be deceived. God cannot be mocked. A man reaps what he sows. Galatians 6:7.